Hey everyone, it's Kenya Kelly, business and brand consultant for KenyaKelly.com and ifyoubrandit.com. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for watching. I am a business owner and entrepreneur, and basically what I do is I help people to figure out who they are at the core of their being. Then we come up with creative ideas to generate revenue, and then we take those ideas and we strategically build businesses and brands online and make them profitable. So anytime you encounter me, you're going to always hear me talk about business, branding, Jesus, and my cats, because that's who I am, and so that's pretty much what I talk about. So today on the broadcast, I want to have a conversation with you of three things. I forgot what I titled this. Let me get my laptop. Let's see. Three missing keys of successful launches. You guys know this is live, so it is what it is. 3 keys for successful launches. And so you guys know that we are in the process of launching our signature course for the second time called Define It, Declare It, Brand It, where it's a digital entrepreneur school where we help people go from having absolutely no clue what to do to actually building a successful and profitable business. All right. And so we are launching that this Friday, but I want to share with you some of the things that people don't do when they're trying to have successful launches. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. If you're watching on the replay, just type replay, and you can always comment on the replay, give hearts and things like that. All right. So one of the biggest missing pieces that people have when having a successful launch is an audience, right? Is an audience. One of the worst things that I see happen on the internet today is that, new entrepreneurs find themselves connecting with business owners and coaches and leaders, and they're teaching them how to make money online. But what happens is that they think that they can listen to someone's live stream video or a pre-recorded video or log into a course for 6 weeks, and then what they build in there for 6 weeks is going to make them 6 figures in 6 weeks. And that is possible, but it's not probable. And the number one reason why is because the person doesn't have an audience. Just because you have 5,000 Facebook friends doesn't mean that you've got 5,000 people looking for what it is that you offer. Okay, if I go down the timeline of my Facebook feed today, I'm gonna find people that knew me as Kiki, which is Kenya as a kid. I'm gonna find people that knew me from middle school, elementary school, high school, and college, and then people that just kind of know me roundabout for different reasons. And just because they're connected with me on Facebook or whatever social media doesn't mean that they are ready and willing and want to purchase what it is that I'm selling. It just means that they're my Facebook friend, right? And so in order to have a successful launch, you've got to build the brand and an audience, quote unquote, tribe that wants what you have, or I always say, picking up what you're putting down. Does that make sense? So I talk about, let's just say, Jesus on my personal page and my business page, but the people inside of my Facebook group, one called You, Me, and Jesus, and then 30 Days of Miracles, those 2 people are looking for what it is that I put down as it pertains to spirituality and my faith, right? But the people inside of the Legacy Lounge may not be looking for Dream Interpretation School. They may not be looking for the School of Prophecy. Why? Because that's not why they're there. They're in the Legacy Lounge to learn how to make money, okay? But the people in You, Me, and Jesus or 30 Days of Miracles are looking for the spiritual side of things, okay? So thanks, Margaret. So the number one reason why people don't have successful launches, or a missing key of a successful launch, is you don't have an audience. And it doesn't mean you can never have a successful launch. It just means you've got to build an audience. And once you build an audience, you will find yourself being successful. Margaret says my hair is on point. Thank you, Margaret. This is me. I twisted up my hair for the last 2 days. And hello, somebody. All right. So shout out to, what did I use? Camille Rose. I need to get them to pay me for talking about their hair products, but that's a whole nother topic. All right. All right. And so if you guys are enjoying this video, please share or tag your friends that you think would benefit from this video. All right. So the second missing key for a successful launch is goals. Okay. Is having goals for your launch. Many times, even myself included, we venture out into this endeavor, whatever it is, and we don't have a a tangible goal in mind, right? One of the things that it does when you have a launch and the launch is over and you've only sold X amount of whatever, a lot of times people go into depression. Maybe not a deep depression, but they're like, oh, I'm such a failure and this just didn't work out. Well, the truth is that if it's like your first time launching and you have 5 people buy it, that's a successful launch. Now, if you spend $100,000 and you only make 500, that's not a successful launch, right? That's not a successful launch, right? But it's important that you have goals for your launch, right? Like I remember when I launched a program, it was called Brand Domination in 2016, and my goal was like 50 people, right? Now, we ended up getting like 25 people, but it taught me a lesson. One, it taught me that people do want what it is that I am offering, right? But it also told me that there were some things that I didn't know about launching digital schools, digital courses. I didn't realize, and I'm gonna talk about this third one next. Hey, Terilyn, there's some things that I just didn't understand, and I failed to realize that although this was a great course that I was launching, my audience wanted that thing and more, right? They wanted what I was offering in Brand Domination, but they really wanted me to teach them business and systems and automation and processes and how to actually build a business. I didn't know that. So I launched Brand Domination January 6th of 2016, and I haven't relaunched it since because it was successful, but I wanted to tweak it dramatically. I wanted to offer people what they really needed and not just what I thought that they needed. And so I took are we at 2 years now? I don't know what we're at now, but I took time, I think it's over 2 years, where I really looked at the course and talked to my audience and served my audience in so many different type of ways. And I realized what they really needed was define it, declare it, brand it. The pre-work, getting clear with the blueprint. Number 2, getting the right entrepreneur mindset, how to start a business, LLC, articles of incorporation, EIN, what products, target audience, branding, and marketing. I realized that was all of what they needed, okay? And so now that we are relaunching this, the Define It, Declare It, Brand It, this Friday, now I know what my audience needs. Now when I have my goals set, I have realistic goals, right? And I am serving the audience in the place where they want to be served at the rate where they can afford to pay and where it is profitable for us as a business, okay? So if you are launching something, you have to understand that you have to have an audience first, and it takes time to build a tribe, okay? Y'all write that in the comments. It takes time to build a tribe. It doesn't just happen overnight, all right? So tweet that, make sure you guys at me. It takes time to build a tribe. But when you do, your tribe is always ready to pick up what it is that you're putting down, okay? All right. So the third thing that's missing from successful launches is beta testing, right? It's beta testing. So a lot of times, and I'll say a lot of times because this is what happens all the time, a lot of times people don't test things out, right? And it's important that you test things out. So for example, we launched Define It, Declare It, Brand It sometime last year. Some of y'all probably have no idea, like we launched it, but we did. And we had a beta group of 12 or so people. I spent, 6 weeks times 2. I spent 12 hours with these people for just $300. I mean, I spent a lot of time, a lot of energy finding out what they needed and I had an agenda and I gave them everything on the agenda, but I probably gave them 50 times more than they thought they were going to receive because I had to make sure that I offered what they needed. I had a list, but I had to make sure that I offered them what they really needed versus what I thought that they needed. And so when we relaunched this Friday, I tweaked it. So it's much better than what the first one was. Even though the first one was good, someone said this course is worth $2,000. Somebody inside of the course said it was worth $2,000 and they only paid $300 to be in there. And so I tweaked it from the beta test group. And so for this group that's getting it starting Friday, it's 45 million times better, right? Because now I've beta tested it. Not to mention, when you do a beta test, you're able to not only work out the kinks, but you're able to also get testimonials from those that you served during your time together. Does that make sense? You're able to get testimonials. So when you're trying to sell or launch it again, now you've got people saying great things about what it is that you're launching. Okay, that's extremely important. I'll give you an example. I did a 60-minute webinar teaching on how to get brands to sponsor you. I only charged $27 for people to buy that, and it went like hotcakes, right? But every single day, we have people opt in on returntothecurls.com learning about 3 tips for brand sponsorship. They opt in every single day and they get the information, but now an automated sequence goes out that says, hey, so you're getting this free information, but if you want to get this full 60-minute webinar that goes in great detail about all of this, it's only $27. And so now people are beginning to buy that because they opt into this free thing and they enjoy it, but now they want more and they're able to get more for just $27. So now we have an automated product, but inside of that automated email sequence are testimonials of people that went through the webinar and had success and enjoyed it. So now not only am I selling it, but my students are selling it for me. Does that make sense? So the 3 things that I said that are missing for a successful launch are, number 1, I forgot what they were. An audience. You have to have an audience. Number 2, hi Cheryl. Number 2, you must have goals. And then number 3, you have to do beta tests. Okay, you must do beta tests. All right, and so for you guys that are here, I always do like a 5-minute Q&A. Do you guys have any questions about building a business or launching a business? Or just anything in general about business or branding that I can assist you with. Now the link is above this video for you guys that want to get on the list. Define It, Declare It, Brand It does launch this Friday, and it's a 6-week course. All the videos are pre-recorded with PDFs, but then I am inside of the course teaching you, answering your questions, walking you through our private community. So it's not just an automated course that you will watch, although the videos are automated. I am in there. So when you watch and you comment, I will comment back to you. If you start asking questions, I'm going to comment back to you. And then the students are encouraged to comment back to each other. And we have a private Facebook community during the 6 weeks where we help one another, okay? So Terrellyn asked, how much is it? The course is going to be $397. So if you pay a one-time fee, it's $397. If you decide to do a 2-pay, then it's gonna be $497 because there's all the fees and all that type of stuff. So you can do a 2-pay, half of it the first month, and then half of it after 4 weeks later you can pay. And it costs a little bit more because of all the payment processing and all that stuff, but you can do a 2-pay, all right? Janet says, once you beta test, how long before you relaunch? So I would probably say a couple of months, because if you if you launch it in a beta test group, that means people paid for it, right? Now you've got to deliver the product. So let's just say for DDB, it's 6 weeks. So that's 6 weeks of actually delivering the product, figuring things out, right? And then getting the testimonial. So now there's 6 weeks. Now you've got to redo the course, whether you have to update your PDFs or update your videos, get the testimonials, and then you have to relaunch. And so if you're launching over here and then you get the group to buy here, you can't relaunch right here because you're delivering the product. So I would probably say at least 90 days, right? So that you can deliver on the product, which is like 45 days, and then enough time to rest after you launch, redo whatever it is you need to redo, get the testimonials, and then you can relaunch again in 90 days. And so in between that time, you just continue to serve your audience. You continue to just serve and serve and serve and serve. And you have the people that are in that group talk like this, like brag about you, just brag about what's going on inside of the group, and that makes them ready for the next launch. So that's why most people do quarterly launches. They'll do the beginning of the year, and then 90 days and 90 days, or what, I don't want to say 90, is it 90 days? 3, 6, 9, yeah, so 90 days, because you have to launch, and then you got to rest and deliver, and then relaunch again. And just an FYI, if you guys have never launched a product the right way, you will be exhausted. I remember when I launched the Kenya Kelly brand, I thought I was depressed afterwards. I didn't know what was going on. I was so sad. I bought everything vitamin D because I'm vitamin D deficient. And so I thought, oh my God, my vitamin D is low. I bought all this milk, all this cheese. I mean, everything. I was just consuming vitamin D until I was having a conversation with someone inside of a Facebook group, and they said, whew, launches take everything out of you once the adrenaline wears off. And I was like, what? And I realized there was nothing wrong with me. My adrenaline had just wore off. So it sounds so funny. But I hadn't had cheese in like a couple years or milk. And listen, I ate so much cereal. I mean, it was crazy. I was just like downing as much vitamin D because I thought I was deficient. But I was really just tired. It sounds so funny. And I've never really told anybody that, but I was exhausted. So you have to give time for rest after that, because I don't care what nobody says. Everybody is tired after a launch because everything you're doing leading up is not a game. Like, you're dreaming about your launch, you're eating your launch. I mean, people are texting you, how you doing? I mean, it's like, it's game time. Okay? All right. Does anybody have any other questions about business, branding, launching, or anything like that? Now, if you guys have not joined the list, again, it launches this Friday. Make sure you click the link and get on the list. And if you guys have not followed me on Instagram, we are now doing things on IGTV. I'm trying to decide how I want to present myself on IGTV versus like Facebook and Periscope, because I'm on everything now. Like, this is not a game. I am on Instagram daily, Periscope daily, Facebook daily. Like, for real. Like, I'm not kidding. This is not a game anymore, okay? And so I'm like, how do I do all this and not? But anyway, so you guys can follow me on Instagram at Kenya_Kelly. Janet said, how much promoting are you doing daily? Oh, I think I just answered your question. Like, just watch me. Like, you'll see, like, things are different. Like, if you're following me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, you're like, wow, this is really ramped up. This is not a game. If you're on my email list, you'll see that. Like, it's, what's that song? I'm all the way up. Remember that? Like, I'm all the way up. I told Nikki back there, I was like, listen, this is not a game. Like, this is not a game. Come on, come through. And we're just doing what it is that we do, right? Because it's launch time. It's not chill time. Not to say that we've been chilling, but it's launch time. So when it's launch time, things should ramp up. So I'm live every morning and every evening on all platforms, right? I'm live every morning and every evening on all platforms. Why? Building my tribe, and I'm launching. That's not a game, okay? So hopefully you guys are getting that from me. Yes, Wanza, I'm like, this is not a game because it's launch time. And I am also teaching the students that are coming into Define It, Declare It, Brand It how to launch. Like, inside of the course, I teach launching, but I'm also teaching them by them watching me. They'll say, you know what? I did notice that you were doing this and you were doing that. And they will show them I'm not just teaching stuff, that I am doing exactly what it is that I'm teaching, right? And so, just the FYI, all right? So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm thinking of switching Periscope for LinkedIn. Know about that, Janet? Oh yeah, and we're on LinkedIn every day. We're doing stuff everywhere. So I ain't switching nothing. I switch up how I am. I'm live on If You Brand It, everything. Like, we're on everything. Like, when I tell you that I'm doing everything, I'm doing everything. Like, if you watch this video, this is this version of me. But if you go to If You Brand It, I did a video there this morning as well. But it's a different version of me on If You Brand It. But I'm on everything. Like, listen, when I tell you I'm on everything, I'm on everything. This is how you build an audience, how you build your tribe. Like, everything. No, LinkedIn, pre-recorded videos. I don't think they have live yet. But if they do, I'm going to be live. Okay? All right, guys. So I got to go. I got to get on Periscope, and then I got to get on Instagram. But make sure you guys get on the list and look forward to this Friday, the launch of Define It, Declare It, Brand It. LinkedIn, IG, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. I think that's it. Or your email list. Okay? All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.